A very good morning to everybody present here, class 9th students. We were continuing with the chapter Constitution Design, and today I am moving on with the next part of video. And as you can see, today we are going to discuss it on a whiteboard for making the things more clear to you. And the topic which we are going to discuss today is the importance of constitution for a democratic country. I repeat, India is a democratic country. What is the need of constitution for India is very important to know. Or for any democratic country, what is the need of constitution? So, as I have told you before, what is constitution? What is preamble to the constitution? What are the salient features of the constitution? And now moving on, we are moving to what is the importance of constitution. So first point that is very important, why constitution is important for anybody or any democratic country, because it is because of the constitution only that the government can rule the country. The constitution sets the rules on which the government works. So first point is that it is the constitution that sets the rule. Constitution sets up the rules on which government works. The government has to follow the constitution if it has to rule the country. Without constitution, the government cannot frame the institutions, cannot appoint people in different government bodies, cannot make rule and regulations, cannot challenge the authorities of the states. So constitution is the guideline, it is the parameter, it is the book that government follows to rule the country. Likewise, as a teacher, I teach from different books, different study material. So the study material for the government is the constitution. Without constitution, the government cannot work, cannot operate. Constitution in a democratic setup helps the government to rule. Next point is that for the people, it was for the government, now coming for the people. You know, I clearly told you that the rights of the people, the constitutional rights or the fundamental rights of the people are very clearly defined in the constitution. So if the person wants to know the right, he has to understand the constitution. So it is the constitution that makes people aware of their fundamental rights. Right to freedom of speech, right to education, right to form union, right against exploitation. These are some of the rights जो हिंदुस्तान के लोगों को मिली हुई हैं, जिनको कोई भी गवर्नमेंट ले नहीं सकती. No government can take away these rights. And these rights, if you want to know about these rights are clearly defined in the Constitution of India. So it awares people of their rights. Second point is, it awares people of their rights. Okay. Third point, the powers of the different organs of the government, like judiciary, executive and bureaucracy. I have told you that government is divided into, the constitution has clearly defined the three different organs of government. The organs of government are bureaucracy, legislature and judiciary. Judiciary is an independent organ. It is not dependent on the government. Legislature and bureaucracy. So इनके क्या powers हैं? What is the limit of legislature? Means your MPs and MLAs. What is the power of bureaucracy? Your IS officers, your PCS officers, your IPS officers. And what is the limit of courts? means High Court, Lower Court and Supreme Court. These powers and these limits, if you want to know, you need to have a constitution. So Constitution of India clearly limits or clarifies or points out what is the limit of all three organs of the government. All three organs of the government. Students, those who are finding it tough to understand, be very clear. I will be sharing the easy notes with you as I always do. So first 3 points which I told you, that Constitution makes the government rule the country. Second, it awares people of their rights. And third, it clarifies the difference and powers of the organs of government. Organs of government are legislature, bureaucracy and courts, that is judiciary. Clear? And with this, these 3 very important points are there. With this, I sum up this video, and with this, most of the part of this chapter is covered. Today I will be giving you the questions which you have to solve, and also I will be giving you the answers of the question as an homework. Okay, now only one part of the chapter is remaining, and that why is Constitution of India termed as a living document. This question I will be giving you in the next meeting which I have with you. Hope you will understand the video.